If you were to go back to when you were 2021 and just starting out the shop again, what would you tell yourself to kind of skip some of the pain, right?
Yeah.
That you know now.
I think I would have had more direction on who we wanted to be as a company. I knew what I wanted the company to look like.
Hmm.
Uh, I knew like basically like where we are now, the printing facility, production facility that we have now. I kind of always had that in my head, right? Which is like it's you were to come over to Motion Textile. It's like this beautiful state of the art shop. We have 50,000 square feet. It's an amazing facility. I always kind of had that in my head, like that's where we were going to be someday. I'm not the best planner, but I'm pretty good at being goal oriented. So I had a goal of like what I wanted the company to look like. But as far as like whom like understanding like your target market and like how you're going to acquire that your customers within that space, or your markets, which I'm a believer in. That is something I wish I knew. It was like I just went and it was like we're going to work with everybody,
Sure.
anybody and everybody because you're desperate, right? Having a little more vision there and clarity of vision rather on which market or markets are going to be best or which types of customers are going to be best for your
Hmm.
business, and really taking your time and focusing on that. I wish I had done that earlier on. And I would recommend that to anybody. The business plan has always been up here. And I think that there's a lot to be said for writing out a comprehensive business plan. I've never done that. It's always been up here. It's always been kind of changing and evolving. But really, actually, like zeroing in on your target market, I think is like would have been beneficial for me to do even at that when I was 20 years old with that one little manual printing press.
So even saying, so hey, we're gonna go after musicians or we're gonna go after teams, like that specific. You're saying?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So establish, I mean, most people are going to have, a few different target markets that they're serving, right? It's
Hmm.
pretty tough. It's probably not the best thing to be all in on, on music merchandising, right? Because we saw a lot of shops go under that way. We've always been pretty diversified. Even as a more mature company, we've maintained a certain level of diversification, and that worked really well. We grew in the economic. What do they call it now? What do they call it in 2008? What is it? Is it the
The
Great Recession?
recession? Yeah.
Yeah, we grew during that period, and that's kind of one of the cool things that you can do as a tiny little small business that is nimble. We were able to grow, but that was because of our diversification,
That's
largely.
interesting. I actually kind of want to dive into that quickly. So, recession '07 called through 2009 and 10. You talk about growing through that. First, what size of a company were you at that period? People, revenues wise.
We were, like in 2008, I want to say we did like 1.5 million,
Hmm.
right? And I'm trying to think how many people we had at the time. I don't know. We probably had 15 to 20 people at the
Got it.
time. And when I say 1.5 million, that's service, right? So that's pure service. We're not selling printed T-shirts. We're not selling a finished product. We're producing a finished product, but we're just selling our printing and our finishing services,
Got it.
right?
And
So that is actually. I mean, if you're any pure contract print shop that's doing over $1 million a year, I have respect for because it's tough to do that. Just to maintain that type of revenue, on doing pure printing is pure service rather is very very difficult.